So if you're watching this video, this is the breakdown of what undeniable and the whole becoming undeniable is about. So I'm gonna give y'all the breakdown. We're gonna give you the little history, and hopefully, you know, if you stick around, this video is a little bit entertaining and educational to you. So yeah, let's get into it. So the first pillar of this undeniable culture and this community that I'm starting is not a fake movement. It's a real movement who does and takes real actions, right? And to be undeniable at things, you have to do them with your hands and not with your mouth, right? So that's basically my whole brand identity. And it's something I've lived by. It's something that I experienced. It's something that I actually know, and it's all I know to be true, to be honest. So let's get into the brand identity. If that sounds like you, bro, you're gonna want to hit this link in that damn description. We're gonna get to Discord mate some point, you know what I mean? So hey, subscribe. We'll get to it. Let's go. Faith is the biggest and the first pillar in this brand identity breakdown that I'm doing for y'all. As you know, a man of God, you're not supposed to eat, and like say you live in a community or a village, you're not supposed to be the only one eating, right? If you know your whole village doesn't have it, are you gonna eat while your whole village is starving? That's what really defines who you are, bro. That choice right there. You know what I mean? Would you rather eat all by yourself and have everything and be greedy, or would you rather give what you got to other people? Anyways, second pillar is be dangerous. So right now I am going to have to live this in order to say this, and you guys are the ones that are responsible for holding me accountable. I'm gonna basically tell you my goals. So first goal, I cut my hair, right? I buzzed it. It was low. I'll probably put a picture up there somewhere, and it looked stupid. Yeah, my hair was perfect, and I just like send it. Why not? I set a goal. I didn't do it on purpose. It just happened. And I was like, you know what? The next time my hair regenerates, I'm going to be like boxing kind of thing. Like huge, like actually devious, like actually nice. So yeah, be dangerous. Oh, and boxing. I am terrible at boxing. Terrible. I need a personal trainer or something. I'm working on a bag with TikToks. Can somebody help me out? You know what I mean? Anyways, I'm trying to learn everything. Muay Thai, starting with boxing, then going to probably Muay Thai just to get striking down completely. And then we'll go wrestling. And then wrestling is that's how you really do some damage, right? That's how you really, like, if me and you only know boxing, I only know wrestling, and we're in a fight, I'm just Khabibing your ass, smashing you, right? I don't know how to do that yet. I'm gonna add it to the arsenal, but you guys are the one keeping me accountable for that. The third pillar in this brand identity is just humility and knowing what it means that you're a better man if you have nothing and you can wash someone's feet at least than if you're a man who has everything and wouldn't wash someone's feet if life depended on it. Humility is just saying I don't want to find my identity in some object that is literally a death machine. You guys worship Lamborghinis, and I worship the freaking McLaren 720S, and it was like you could just die like that. Like those are the things that I seen a Ferrari crash the other day. I was like, I would not want to be on the back end of that, bro. It's not even about not having those things. It's about knowing where your heart is. I was like, all I thought about was this. Thought about it more than God, and that's how you know you're doing something wrong. It's the first sign. It's the first red flag. If any of you guys are idolizing those stuff and you say you're a Christian, I want you to know right now that's not the meaning. The meaning is to serve God with your whole body, your whole mind, your whole soul, and to love Him more than anything. Love God more than anything. He's the source. A lot of us worship the tools and not the source. Brother, the source give you the tools. You see me? Anyways, all right. So, fourth brand pillar is devotion. Yeah. So, what are we at? So we got faith, dangerous, devoted, freaking winners is next. You know what I'm saying? God calls you to be a winner. You don't lose when you don't go to hell. That's Him. That's His doing. That's Jesus Christ is doing. No one else is. Anyways, that's where I find my identity. Anyways, that's my opinion. So to be devoted, it means to not, like me, a lot of myself and how this was generated. It's not a lot. It will be, but this is not a lot right now. And it was generated off of self-hatred and like very like bad, dark times that I know was not of God because I didn't feel Him. So the phone did end up dying, but we're on the fourth brand pillar. And you know what? I'm determined to get this video down because so much things are going wrong, and I know like when I get this done, it's gonna be worth it. So, and you know what? Your word as a man is your honor. So y'all gotta know that. Anyways, I'm adopting this new philosophy to where it's change is now, right? And that's realizing that, hey, like, there's no perfect time that's coming. If I want change, I'm not going to do it tomorrow. I'm doing it now. Anyways, so that's a big part of devotion, right? And then the second part, leadership is an example. Jesus came and he was here, right? He was literally God in flesh form, and what it was an example of, he was an example of who we should be, and he led, and he was a leader to us through example and told us where to follow example. But if we want to set and be examples, right? Any one of you who wants to be great, he calls us to wash people's feet. So you want to do all these big things, but are you humble enough to wash someone's feet? That's what he's asking you, right? And that is the next revelation where I got, or the next philosophy I'm trying to adopt, is, leadership through humility. And it's by setting an example, not expecting someone to do something you wouldn't do yourself or you haven't done yourself. You can lead when you can show. And the last philosophy is, sorry is an action. Because a lot of the times we know that, if someone was to run over my toe and, they just said sorry about it, and they did it again, and they did it again, and they did it again, it doesn't have meaning, right? And, a lot of the time we say sorry for not changing, sorry for not doing better, sorry for all these things. We don't realize that sorry is not a thing that you say and you get gratified by because you do nothing. Sorry is something that you say, you mean, and you turn. That's the whole meaning of repentance. When you hear repentance, it just means to essentially say it, that's your declaration, but your honor comes to that declaration when you fulfill it, right? And both are just, you have to say it, both are just as probably equal, right? And you got to fulfill your word or else you won't have honor as a man. And that brings us to the conclusion of sorry is an action. That's devotion. Let's go. Blah, blah. Is a winner. Okay, so the reason why I'm getting this tat is because I'm identifying with Jesus Christ, Lion of the tribe of Judah. He is the lion within me. I was a coward before. I was doing all the stuff I didn't want to do before. I've been in my word, and it's not the word that's changing me. The whole gospel is the idea of me and you are broken people. We have strayed from God, and the reality is that no matter what we can do, we can't save ourselves. That's why Jesus came. He knew and he loved us. He created us, and he knew that, nothing these people could do could save themselves. So what am I going to do? I'm going to pay for what they could never pay for. And that's the whole idea behind the gospel. So once you're, paid past, present, and future, you're now to live as if your debt was paid. That all ties back to being a winner, right? My idea of it is, I liked nice things as a kid. I was just drawn to it. I like nice things. Is it a sin to like nice things? Well, I'd say once you worship them, once you think about them more than God, I'd say yes, right? And the reality is that I was worshiping them. McLaren 720, yes, to be exact. I don't know. I thought this car was God at this point or something. But the reality is, as broken human beings, we try to find our identity with things that gratify us because, we need gratification, validation from somewhere. So, you know what? I get that from knowing who I am, tatting who I am, and believing who I am, and being who I am in a generation of people who want to be everybody else, and their whole personality is conceived by what everybody else perceives of them. And I'm like, bro, listen, your perception of life can be pure, can be fun, can be childlike if you just drop your guard and just let go and let God. And you know what? That's the biggest revelation. And not even just revelation, it's just a word that stuck in my head. I guess that's the chapter I'm in right now. That's just the entire chapter, the best way to explain it. But the identity of God is a winner. I mean, his streets are gold. Like, you think about streets, our streets are pavement. Dude, imagine walking on gold streets. I don't know. I think of these stuff, and it's like, it boggles my mind. But anyways, look, this is my last point. To know your identity is to know you're a winner. So that's where I draw my conclusion. If you know who you are, you'll never need gratification from anyone else because it comes from one source, right? The one source that paid for you to be a winner. That's where it comes from. That's why you have to be confident in it. Because if you're not confident in it, you don't know it. There's no in between. There is no half in, half out, and you have to fully know it. And you know what? You have to walk in it. It's a struggle. But every choice, every decision that we know it, even the little ones, they add up and they go to your eternal balance. Love y'all, boys. Be winners. And with that message, it concludes the 5 pillars of my personal brand. With that being said, when you join Undeniable and the Undeniable culture, I guess this whole brand you identify with those things, and it means these things correlate with you because they should, and because, you know, to most of the things at which I speak, it's just common sense to them. To some people, they thought about it. To some people, they really align with it. You know what I mean? And if you find, like, at any point that, you know, you relate with this message, you're for this community, and you can help a lot of people by being in this community, because this community is actually about building people up. Y'all boys have a great night. Remember to stay undeniable, and you are undeniable. Let's go.